My name is Aaron Mercer. I'm a clinician who built a small clinic in Seattle from nothing. Long nights, loans, and a lot of ramen. I also married into the Mitchells, a wealthy family that thinks money equals wisdom. After 3 years, I've learned this. When the Mitchells set a fancy Sunday table, it's not dinner. It's a meeting. That night, the house looked staged. Best china, crystal glasses, flowers down the center. My wife, Isabel, met me at the door with a big smile and shaking hands. Her dad, Martin, gave me a crushing handshake. Her mom, Clara, was overly sweet. Her sister, Veronica, practically bounced in her heels. On the table near Martin's plate sat a thick manila folder. "Just a little business after dinner," he said. We made small talk through salmon and asparagus. Then Isabel steered the conversation to my clinic. "You work too hard," she said. Veronica nodded like an expert. "Work-life balance is everything." Martin cleared his throat. "Time for the show. Family businesses need family management," he announced. Isabel slid the folder across to me. "Veronica has a plan to take your clinic to the next level," she said. Veronica beamed. "I'll handle management, scheduling, insurance, marketing, so you can focus on doctoring," she said. We'd rebrand, streamline, grow. In exchange, I'd receive 45% of profits. The room went quiet. They watched me. They expected me to say thanks. I opened my briefcase. "Before we talk about that," I said, "there's something you should see." I set down a signed contract. "This is my management agreement with Summit Health Partners. We signed 3 weeks ago." Martin snatched it up. Clara leaned in. Isabel's smile froze. "Page 4, Clause 4.3, I said. "No family members may be employed in management without unanimous board approval." Silence. Then Veronica. "That's not fair. You didn't even hear our proposal." "Actually," I said, "the board already rejected a similar idea. They want objective management and no conflicts." Martin tried to recover. "Contracts can be amended." "Not this one," I said. "They're strict. It protects the clinic." I wasn't finished. I pulled a second folder from the briefcase. "Since we're talking about family involvement, this is historical data from when Veronica helped for 3 months at the front desk." I read 3 complaint summaries. An elderly diabetic told she looked skinny enough to skip blood sugar checks. A construction worker with a herniated disc advised to try yoga. An older patient offered a discount if she brought in friends like it was a referral scheme. I added the numbers. Unauthorized discounts, refunds, and near-miss insurance issues. $12,847 in direct losses. Estimated $25,000 in lost future revenue. Total $37,847. Faces tightened around the table. I set down a third packet. "And this is the value of free care I've provided the family in 3 years. Adjustments, treatments, consults. Total $38,247. Now the room truly stopped. Veronica popped up. "You're twisting this." Those were learning experiences. Martin tried the paternal tone. "We never asked for free care." "You never offered to pay," I said. "You assumed?" Clara clutched her glass. "We only want what's best for you." Isabel tried to mediate. "You're acting like we're stealing from you." I stood, no theatrics, just clear. "What's unreasonable," I said, "is treating my clinic like a piggy bank while I work myself into the ground. Veronica almost cost me patience and an insurance audit. And tonight you want 45% of my life's work." I closed the briefcase. "My clinic isn't your retirement plan, it isn't Veronica's playground, and it isn't a family consolation prize." Isabel looked hurt. "You'd put business before family?" "I'm putting boundaries before exploitation," I said. That's it. I left. I didn't go back to the house Isabel and I shared. I went to my own small apartment, the one I'd kept from residency as my safety net. It wasn't fancy, but it was mine. My phone buzzed all night. "Isabel, we need to talk." "Martin, let's be reasonable." "Clara, we love you." "Veronica, this isn't over." I turned the phone off. The next day, I turned it on, forwarded Isabel's messages to my lawyer along with our prenup, and went to work. Summit Health Partners met me at 8 a.m. Here's what changed. Summit standardized our scheduling and upgraded our records. Wait times fell. Follow-ups improved. I hired Sarah Chan, a smart physical therapist with her own small patient base. We added treatment rooms. The place got calmer and busier at the same time. By month 3, I launched 2 things I'd dreamed of since opening day. high school injury prevention workshops with free screenings, 4 weekly slots for patients who couldn't afford care, funded by profits and a small grant Summit helped secure. I saw Mrs. Rodriguez, a housekeeper with chronic back pain. She teared up when I told her we could treat her at no cost. This is why I opened the clinic, I told Sarah later. Not to get rich. To help people properly. Meanwhile, the Mitchells spun. Isabel's messages swung from pleading to threats. Dad's lawyer says I might have a claim. I forwarded everything to my attorney and went quiet. Martin reached out through my accountant with vague legal noise. My accountant shut it down. Stop contacting my client. Veronica rebranded herself online as a healthcare innovation specialist. She cold-called doctors claiming she'd managed my clinic. One surgeon called to ask if it was true. I told him she couldn't run a drive-through without a pile-up. We laughed. Word got around. 6 months later, we were thriving. Patient satisfaction up. Referrals up. Revenue steady. No gimmicks, just good care and competent management. The marriage ended. When Isabel's lawyer floated alimony, my lawyer pointed to the prenup and a clause she'd triggered. Isabel had been seeing her yoga instructor. The divorce finalized without drama. I kept my head down and kept growing. Staff meetings got better. We added an in-house massage therapist. Waitlists formed. We leased a second location focused on sports medicine. Dr. Amanda Foster, board-certified and practical, signed on. People say you're doing it right, she told me on a tour. That felt good. We launched a small scholarship with the University of Washington's PT program for students who need help. At our community health fair, more than 300 people showed up. Kids learned stretches. Seniors got screenings. Families asked questions. It felt like a clinic connected to a city, not just a business on a corner. The Mitchells didn't disappear, but their power did. Clara sent a gift basket with a handwritten note about forgiveness. I wished them well and moved on. Martin tried a new opportunities pitch through a mutual acquaintance. The acquaintance told him no thanks. Anyone who tries to take a doctor's clinic isn't someone he wants to work with. As for Veronica, she kept posting. It didn't touch my work, my staff, or my patients. People choose what works. The loudness faded into the background. One evening, I locked up the clinic and caught my reflection in the window. I looked different, calmer, sure of the space I stood in. I said out loud, "I'm Aaron, I built this." I protect it. That's the whole point. Boundaries aren't cold. They're how you keep good things healthy. My clinic is better for my staff, my patients, and me because I learned to say no, clearly, early, and in writing. If you want the final scene that started it all, it's simple. Isabel slid legal papers across a pristine table. Veronica will manage the clinic for 45%. I opened my briefcase, placed clause 4.3 in front of them, and watched the room change. I already chose professional management, I said. Family doesn't run my clinic. Family doesn't get a cut for showing up. It wasn't a fight. It was a decision. And once you decide to stop being someone's safety net, you finally get your own footing back. Today I wake up excited to work. My patients feel cared for. My team feels valued. The books are clean. The doors stay open. And when someone tries to sell me family management again, I don't need a speech. I just point to the door with the same hand that points patients toward the care they deserve. That's the story. No drama needed. Just a boundary, a contract, and a clinic that finally became what it was supposed to be.